Hey guys, welcome back to High Yield Intraday Trading. I hope every one of you is doing good. So before we start discussing today's topic, let me request you all to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button here. Once you click on it, you will get the confirmation on the left bottom corner. Post you subscribe to my channel, also make sure to press the bell icon and click on all. You will get the confirmation on the left bottom corner so that whenever I upload a video, you get the notification about the same without any misses. Also, I would request you all to subscribe to my Telegram channel with the name HYIT Intraday Calls because I share a lot of things over there and it might be helpful to you in some way or the other. All right. So, time and again, the most important thing that I always ask or request you people to take care is the entry. The point where you enter the trade is the most important because this entry point will take care of many things. Okay, and if your entry goes wrong, then the dependencies will also go wrong. So in this video, I will go ahead and give out the major points that will help you realize that it's very important to take care of your entries. Okay, random entries into a trade can screw up things and eventually things can turn really bad as the market moves on for the day. Okay, now this is again in regards to intraday trading, in regards to day trading, and as we all know, we get a specific time slot to trade intraday, that is from 9:15 a.m. till 3:15 or 3:20 p.m. Indian Standard Time, right? So it becomes very important for us to enter a trade at the right point. Okay, also I will show you and explain one of my trades that I took today and earned really well because my entry was perfect in that trade. Okay, today I traded in Reliance, I traded in Jubal Food, Work Pharma, Voltas, and Torrent Pharma. All the trades were buy trades in the long direction and all the trades were in profits. Okay, but the maximum profit was in Torrent Pharma. Okay, so I will discuss that with you. I caught almost more than 2% or 2.5% of the script price. And in the rest of the trades, in the rest of the four trades, I caught plus minus 1% of the script price respectively. Okay, so getting back to the topic, why your entry point is so important. Okay, the first point is if your entry is right, then your stop loss will be at the right position. Okay, like I was talking about Torrent Pharma, the script price is around 2,840 rupees, right? So our stop loss should always be around plus or minus 1% of the script price. Okay, so the stop loss should be somewhere around 28 to 30 rupees max to max. Okay, so it should not be the case that you put a stop loss of around 50 rupees or 60 rupees, right? That is wrong because if you trade with a larger stop loss and if the stop loss gets hit, then it might take a longer time to recover those losses. Okay, so why to take that chance, right? So please understand that stop losses are critical and it does take a lot of time to learn how to put a good stop loss, okay, within that 1% mark that I was talking about. Okay, so basically if you are going long, then you should be putting the stop loss at a support level and that support level should be within that 1% mark. Okay, and if the stop loss is exceeding that 1% mark, then you know that the stop loss is higher and that you are risking more of your money in that particular trade, right? Similarly, if you are going short, then you should be putting the stop loss at a resistance level and that resistance level should be within the 1% mark. Okay, I hope you're getting the point and you are able to relate your entries with the stop loss that I'm talking about. Okay, so this was about the first point. If your entries are right, then your stop loss is taken care of. Okay, and it minimizes the chances of the stop loss getting hit. Okay, that was about the first point. Now, getting on to the second point. The second point is if your entry is right, then you will get a good or decent amount of time to stay back in the trade and then to book your profits. Okay, you will not be in a hurry. You will not be in a hurry to come out of the trade. Okay, the mental condition post you enter a particular trade is also very important. Okay, it should not be the case that you take a wrong entry and then you do not allow yourself to stay back in the trade just because you are tensed about the higher stop loss or you are tensed about the lower target points. Right, so it's very important to stay calm post you make an entry, and the way to stay calm, the only way to stay calm is when you know that you have taken the right entry. Okay, so that was all about the second point. Now, getting on to the third point. The third point is, if the technicals are matching and if you enter the trade with the right entry, then you don't have to care how much extended the script is. What I mean to say is, let's take the example of Torrent Pharma. Okay, now this guy has been moving up continuously since the last 5 days, right? All green candles. If you see the 1 day, if you see the 1 day chart, since the last 5 days, it has been moving up continuously, right? An entire week, it has been moving up. So it started the move at around 2300 rupees, I believe, and today today it went up till 2848.80 rupees. I think 2848 rupees 80 paise was the high that was made, right? It's a huge move, right? Since the last 5 days, 2300 to almost 2900, right? So now, does that mean it will start moving down? I mean, today, when the market was live, when I saw that my entry was right and also my technicals were strongly suggesting me to go long, should I have been afraid of taking a long position, taking into consideration the fact that this guy has been moving up crazily since the last 4 to 5 days? Well, the answer is no. So, what I mean to say is, if you are taking the right entry, you don't have to care about how the stock performed earlier. Okay, the fear of taking up the trade will be addressed in a positive way. Okay, so I hope you are getting the point. Okay, so these are the 3 points which I felt that I should be sharing out with you, and these are the 3 points which shows the importance of entering a trade at the right point. Okay, so having that said, let me take you to the charts and explain you my Torrent Pharma trade. Let me show you how I took the entry. Okay, and please be noted that I will not be able to share the real technicals, or the real setup or the real strategy, whatever you name it. I will not be able to show you my real technicals because that is only restricted to my trainees. Everything cannot be shared on YouTube. So I will just give you a hint of how the entry was taken and why it was taken, and I'm very sure that will be fruitful to you. Okay, so here you see, this is the 15 minutes chart of Torrent Pharma. Here you see the 15 minutes chart, and the day started here. So today is 4th of August 2020. So the day started here. Now, according, like, you will be seeing many green dots, red dots, purple lines, purple dots, green dots, all those stuff. I will go ahead and explain each one of them, why I have drawn it that way. So yeah, so let's go ahead. So 4th of August 2020. So the day started here. Now, according to my technicals, my first entry should have been in the 11 o'clock candle. Okay, because this purple line that you see here, that is a resistance level that was being shown by my technicals. Okay, so this was the resistance level, and when the candlestick breaches this particular resistance level, I would have taken a long entry. Okay, so my long entry would have been at any price in the 11 o'clock candle. Oh, okay, it might be at 2751, or it would have been at around 2755, or even it would have been around at the highest point of the candle, which was 2764. Okay, any point in the 11 o'clock candle was my entry. Okay, but I was not able to take this trade because I was not scanning it at that time. I mean, I was scanning, but this particular script did not come into my radar. That is the reason I missed the first entry. Okay, So this entry, if at all I would have taken an entry in this candle, I would have easily earned around 25 to 30 point, which is the target that is being shown with the green dots here. Okay, so let's say our entry would have been at around 2750, just to round up the numbers. Okay, let's say my entry would have been at 2750, that is at the purple line that you see here. So from 2750, the script is a 2800 rupee script. So 1% of it is around 27 to 28 points. Let's take it as 30 points. So if I'm making an entry, if I'm making a long entry at 2750, I expect to book my profit at somewhere around 2780 or 2775, which is at this point. Okay, so this target was met. So the technicals did work. Now, coming on to the entry part, you see the importance of the entry, right? Just because this entry was right, I got a lot of time to stay back in this trade from here to here and to book the profits comfortably. That was, this part is about being in the trade and booking the profits. The second part is about the stop loss. If I would have made a long entry at 2750, since this script is a 2700 rupees script, what I always say is, or what I always suggest is, you can have a 1% stop loss. Okay, 1% of the script price as a stop loss. Okay, so 2750, if you take the stop loss, it can be somewhere around 2720 or 2730, right? So 2730 would be a good stop loss. Okay, but since the entry was right, I would have, if at all I would have traded this entry, my stop loss would be around here, because this is one of the swing lows, okay, which is at 2730. So we are having a stop loss of just 20 points for a 2800 rupees script. Okay, you're understanding the importance of the entry, right? So the right entry gives you a perfect stop loss and a perfect exit point as well. Okay, so this was about the first entry, which I just said I did not trade it. What I traded was this entry. Okay, now according to my technicals, whatever indicators, oscillators that I use, okay, they were telling me that this point, the purple dots that you see here, that is a support zone. Okay, so if the script comes down, retraces down, and if it takes a support at this point and again starts moving up, then I should take an entry. The exact same thing happened. Okay, the script went up, right, and then it started retracing. Again, remember guys, I always emphasize on the retracements. I always trade the retracements because they are very strong. Okay, if a script is going up, that does not mean that it will not go up further. It can very well go up further, but after a retracement. So you need to be patient enough to wait for the retracement to be happening, for the retracement to get over, and post the retracement, when the script starts going up again, that is when you make the long entry. Okay, so in this case, this was the support zone according to my technicals. Okay, now see the 1245 candle. When the 1245 candle ended, it gave me a long wick here. It was never able to, breach this particular support level and come down. So that gave me the confirmation that Torrent Pharma will again go up. Okay, so I took the entry at the 1 o'clock candle. I cannot take the entry at the 1245 candle because I have to wait for that candle to close. Then only I will know what's happening, whether the support level has been breached or whether the support level has been respected. What has happened will can only be known after the 1245 candle ends, right? So there is no way that I will be taking an entry at the 1245 candle. I have to wait for the 1245 candle to get over, and then if I see that everything goes well in the 1245 candle, I will take a market order entry at the 1 o'clock candle, 1 p.m. candle. Okay, the same I did today as well. So when the 1 o'clock candle started, I took it at a market price, and it took the entry at somewhere around 2771.45, I believe. Okay, 2771.45, yeah, was the entry point. Okay, so This purple line was my entry point. Okay, now comes the stop loss. Where should I keep the stop loss? Now, the technicals that I follow, they suggested a stop loss at around 2746 or 47, somewhere here. Okay, which comes within the range of the 1% of the script price, right? So the script price is 2800, so we can keep a stop loss of around 28 to 30 points. Right now my entry was at 2771.45. Let's round it up to 2770 for easier calculations. Okay, so let's say my entry was at 2770. 2770 minus 30 comes to 2740. Okay, but my technicals were at 2746. My technicals that I use, it was showing that there is a good support level at 2746 or 47. Okay, so that becomes my stop loss. Right, I will not keep a stop loss at 2740. Okay, because 2740 is like it's 1% of the script price, but again I have my technical which clearly shows me that there is a support zone at around 2747 or 2746. So why do I don't need to keep my stop loss at 2740, right? So I kept my stop loss at around 2746 or 47, somewhere here. Okay, so this is the importance of making the right entry. Okay, just because I made a right entry here, I got, a good space. I would say a right space to place my stop loss within 1% of the script price. That is within 30 or 28 rupees. Right? So my entry was at 2771.45 and I kept a stop loss at around 2747 or 2746. Okay, and now I aim for a target of 25 to 30 points. Okay, and after that you can see what happened here. Okay, now this candle, now the next question that you might ask is, Mangal, you would have booked your profit at 30 rupees, okay, when the script went till 2800, that is here at this point. You would have booked your profit. Why did you stay back? The reason I stayed back till here, okay, now I booked my profit at this point. Okay, 2834.05 or 2834.10 is when I booked my profit. Okay, now coming back to the explanation why I stayed back in this trade even after 2800 was met, was because I saw that the day's high was breached by the 1445 candle. Okay, so the 245 candle actually breached the day's high. So the day's high was here, right? And this candle breached the day's high. And at this particular time, everything was really bullish. Nifty was bullish. Uh, Everything was bullish. Okay, so that gave me the confidence that, okay, this guy can move up a bit further. Okay, that is the reason why I stayed back in the trade, and immediately in the next candle it zoomed up. Okay, so I was supposed to book my profits at around 2800, but seeing all the positive things that was happening in the market in the bullish run, in the bullish side, I stayed back in the trade, and it gave me a target of around 2834.10. That is where I booked my profit. Okay, now my broker squares up the position at 3:10 p.m. automatically. Okay, so I just made sure that before it is 3:10 I booked my profit. Okay, I would have waited, if I would have waited post 3:10, then I would have got some more points as well. Okay, but that is not the point. I cannot be so greedy. Okay, when I'm seeing that I'm getting a 60 points profit, which is around 2 to 2.5% of the script price, there is no point in being more greedy. Okay, so I knew that my broker will be squaring up my position at 3:10 p.m. Okay, so I just made sure that I square up my position from my end before it is 3:10 p.m. Okay, so that is how I decided my trade in Torrent Pharma today, and I ended up with a huge profit. I mean 60 points profit approximately, if you say. Okay, how many number of shares I was trading with, let it be, let's not discuss about it, because that might influence people in the other way around. Just concentrate on where I made the entry, why I made the entry, and where did I keep the stop loss, what was the reason of keeping the stop loss there, and where you should be targeting your profit booking. Okay, and if at all you stay back in the trade, what is the solid reason why you decide to stay back in the trade. Okay, so all these things make up a good trade, so you should be more interested in knowing all these things rather than knowing how many shares I traded with. Okay, so this was all about the trade that I took up with Torrent Pharma. Okay, so I hope that is clear. I hope I made the point very clear that why the right entry is so important. Okay, why you should always concentrate and focus on making the right entry. Okay, just make sure that your entry is right. Okay, doesn't matter how much patience you need to have, doesn't matter how much time you have to wait in the market to get the right entry. Just make sure that you, whenever you are entering a trade, that should be a right entry. Okay, if you make the right entry, everything else will be taken care of automatically. Okay, so I hope that was helpful, guys. So that's it from my end. Okay, and as always, would request you all to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also please do not miss the ending of the video, as you will get to know some more things about HYIT which might be helpful to you in some way or the other. And please feel free to ask your questions or queries, if any, in the comments section, and I will surely answer back to them. And also please do not forget to like this video if you liked it. Okay, so that's all from my end, and I will see you all later. Hope you all will stick back. Happy trading. Stay back home. Bye bye.